are honored to have the opportunity to exhibit Professor Agnes Ku's photos at our university library. Professor Ku is a sociologist and currently an associate professor of social science of Hong Kong UST. She received the postgraduate diploma in photography in 2016. Her works have been exhibited locally and internationally. This exhibition features 30 photos taken by Professor Ku using a mobile phone.
This time I think it's the first time that in the library exhibition that we feature one of our colleagues, exhibition, solo exhibition in this particular case. And I hope that it is the first, but not the last. Okay, in the future, we should have more to come, to feature, the talents of our colleagues. This particular exhibition, features over 30 photos shot by Agnes, as was mentioned, using the mobile phone. I think mobile phones, everybody actually using it. And my research area is in wireless communication using mobile phone. But it is really new to me that to see the product coming out from the mobile phone, particularly the camera of the mobile phone. You notice that this is actually shot in a very special mode. Some of us may have used it before, the panoramic mode. And this particular mode is versatile and yet uncommon mode, to take pictures, and let alone in exhibitions. I've been to some of the photography exhibition, but I think this is the first time that I see something of this nature. It requires a skill set that is actually very, very special, in particular in the composition, of the objects to be taken. And I was told that basically these pictures have no post-production editing. So our computer science faculty members, your post-editing, Photoshop and all this is not going to be useful here. It is really amazing to see the aesthetic effect that was created by this blackout and also the distortion created, using this particular mode in the camera, in the mobile phone.
That's my camera, you all know that, right? So you may be curious about how I have done this, right? Well, that's a secret, but I will tell you the tricks. Now, I'm very happy here today, speaking as not only a sociologist, but an artist. But I'm even happier speaking in front of my colleagues, friends, and guests here as a daughter, as Roger has mentioned. Because as some of you have known, actually, the series of the photos here were inspired by my mother. Because 3 years ago, she fell ill, and I had the very precious opportunity of taking care of my mother. And through the experience, I've come close to understand the process of aging, and also come close to taking care of my dear mother, of course, right? So, and understand this process of aging has to be taken care of in various aspects. Physically, emotionally, everyday life, and also cognitively. Well, what kind of illness was it? Well, we cannot be 100% sure, but we supposed it had to do with a minor stroke that affected her physically, as well as affected her short-term memory a little bit. So I was inspired and also struck when she said, this is the way she described her condition after falling ill. Now she has been recovering quite steadily, fortunately. I'm very grateful for that. And she said, I feel like being in a dream. Things around her didn't seem very real. Well, we are not talking about philosophy here. We are talking about very real sensory experience. That to me was very striking. I couldn't understand it, but I hoped very much to understand that feeling. And by accident, I took the first picture, which I put here as the beginning of the story or the journey. And to me, that is a gift from heaven. I was not prepared to take that one, and there's no post-editing, no post-production editing. And you could see the two features. One is the black areas, the other is the distortion. And struck me as coming quite close to my mother's description of her feeling. And I asked her, did you feel like how you looked in this picture? And she said, yes, quite so. So to me, that's amazing. There's no other way I could explain it, as you know, a gift from heaven. So I was encouraged by a teacher to continue to shoot pictures in this way, and then I have to practice a lot. So practice makes art, I would say. You could try, right? But more importantly, I've turned techniques into aesthetics and also into philosophy. Because for me, the blackness and the distortion means something very important. It could mean different things to different people, right? Blackness, there's no data in the blackness. Basically, there are no images, no data, no anything. So it could mean some kind of loss. The loss of a memory, the loss of your past, or an unknown realm, whatever you could imagine. And then the sense of distortion. You know, we are all social scientists, right, and philosophers. So we reflect on this idea, this whole notion of what is real. So it is through this I come to, not know my head. Please be assured that I've done research on this. Right, so this is research-based, right? It's not just art, right? So I've read through some of the literature on memory and like dementia, whatever, and try to relate all these issues like memory to, self, and also to urban space and to social change, whatever you could name them. Okay, so I'm very happy that I have completed the whole book, which is a cross-border attempt that traverses writing, photography, as well as sociology. Okay, so this is the best work, to be honest. I hope it would be counted toward the RAE exercise, right? I'm not so sure. I hope there's such a category for knowledge transfer, innovative, whatever. Okay, I'll come up with that such. No, okay. So basically, this is the background to it. And here I would like to take the opportunity to thank many people, my friends, my teachers, who have been supporting me all along. In particular, I'm very grateful to Diana, who has enthusiastically responded to my initial idea of doing an exhibition here. And also, more importantly, to Alice. She's been so wonderful. I think David Cheng, you will agree with me, right? Alice has been so terrific and wonderful, and without her, this would not have been, possible as well. Yesterday was the first time I looked at the things for real, and I was really moved with the space, the setup, the lighting, and not just my works. Okay, so that's about the brief speech, and the last thing I would like to share with my colleagues here. Now, I think we've been trained very much in social science, using our right brain, right? That's the right side of the brain. Is it right or left? Oh, left brain. So that is that's making us very rational. We reason a lot, right? So when we write research papers, right, we have to make a point. We make sure that we are making an original, argument and all that. I've been a rational person all along. This is why I'm also doing sociology. But I think we are all human beings. So there are various dimensions, multiple dimensions. We are a holistic being. So please be assured that other than your right brain, you also have the left brain that we should develop. So try to liberate ourselves from this very rationalistic, way of looking at ourselves, and try all various other expressive mediums to relate yourself to the society, to the environment. Okay, thanks very much for being here. Thanks.
3, 2, 1, cut.